Okay. Good.
Well, tell me you don't know how to play chess.
Alright, what's up everyone? So recently Iman Gadzhi just posted a chess game on his YouTube channel. This whole game. I have the whole PGM right here, and we're just gonna see how good Iman Gadzhi actually is at chess. You know, he keeps mentioning chess is a great tool for your mindset, for thinking. Let's just get straight to it. Iman Gadzhi opens with e4, very normal. You're trying to fight for the center. His opponent plays e5, and here Iman Gadzhi plays a very dubious move, a very not standard move, d3. And this is not standard because first of all, you're really not developing your bishop. You're blocking your bishop in the pawn chain, which is goes against like the fundamental chess rules. In chess, you're supposed to like bring your pieces out. You know, maybe something like this, the 4 knights. Or maybe you want to put pressure in the center. The idea is just to capture the center, right? So here, a standard chess theory goes like something like this, either bishop c4, maybe d4. These are moves fighting for the center. You're putting things in the center. Bishop c4 is controlling, bishop d4 is controlling the d5 square. You're trying to just pile up things to control the center early on to gain an advantage, because whoever in the center has the advantage. This is the main theory. The Spanish, and why bishop b5 is a move. You're threatening to I mean, not really, but you're putting pressure on the center. You know, you're eliminating this knight to put more pressure in the central squares. So even playing d3 is not a very strong move. It's quite passive, but you know, it's not over yet. Let's see what happens. Knight c6. Iman plays knight c3. And his opponent is actually playing very normally. He just developing his pieces. Iman develops as well, but the only problem is just being this d3 move, which is quite passive. Maybe you could have played d4 to maybe fight for the center, or maybe you could have developed the bishop outside the pawn chain, because now Iman has to play something like this, and this bishop is not really looking at many squares, good squares, as maybe the bishop here, which could look at this diagonal and control the central square. So no big problem. His opponent plays very fundamentally, d5. You know, he's fighting for the center, seeing that Iman plays d3, quite a passive move. You know, black is already now taking over initiative. Maybe it's already slightly better for black at this position, because he does have more space. And this resembles now like a sort of reverse Philidor defense, which is the opening where black plays something like this against white e4. But now it's white who is sort of on the back foot here. And Iman plays takes, and now you see black just has a space advantage. His pieces are better placed up the board, and this is what I'm talking about, controlling the center. You know, you see all these squares, you know, you just have more space. White is just restricted, and he's just passive. And here Iman decides to take, which again, a slight inaccuracy. Maybe g3 or bishop e7, e2 was better, but not a big problem. It's like a fast-paced game. We're not going to go into it. And here, really, off to a common beginner misconception is that the queen on d5 is misplaced, because you know the queen is not supposed to go out early in the game. But that's actually not the case here. It's similar to a line in the Scotch. Actually, I'll show you guys, where for example, this is knight takes d4 is a mistake. People think this queen is bad, but it's actually not. It controls all these squares. This is like very common in the Scotch, and that's why you don't really not supposed to take on d4. This queen is just very strong. It's controlling all these squares. But why is, for example, this opening not good? Let's say, for example, this. Well, the reason is actually knight hits the queen, and the queen has to move another tempo. Maybe here is not the greatest plot. Maybe there's gonna be a future something like this. You know, the queen is just getting harassed around in the center. So that's why here this queen is actually a strong piece, not a bad piece for black. Iman plays c4. Maybe he's trying to like prove that the queen is misplaced and trying to gain a tempo. But again, pawns cannot go backwards, and you see it weakens the d4 outpost. This knight gonna be very strong here, and he also weakens the d3 pawn. The pawn here is playing a role of defending d3, but after he goes forward, it's like creating a hole in the Iman Gadzhi's position, where this is like sort of left behind. This pawn is gonna be always attacked by black, and causing some long-term problems. His opponent plays again very normally, and I think demonstrating some class here with queen d6. You're continuing to put pressure on d3 while not allowing this bishop to come out to maybe even all 3 squares. And this bishop, he's not really that concerned. He's going to play like this, maybe something bishop f6. We'll see. Maybe he's playing the fianchetto of the bishop. Iman plays b3, maybe something like this. Not sure what he's trying to do. You do see him playing bishop g5, which makes you wonder what was the idea of b3 to begin with. But I think he wanted to do something like this. But for some reason, bishop g5 and this idea of that you're going to see, this all happened in the game of queen h5 attracted Iman. But here, actually, queen h5 is a big blunder. I'm going to let you guys pause the video and see if you guys can find the tactic that can win black the game. Alright, so if you guys found it, that's amazing. g6, great move. You're attacking the queen. The knight's also under attack. You know, it's very easy to calculate. Queen has to go here. If he goes anywhere else, the knight's lost. And now, a very strong move, queen f6. I think engine points out queen e5 is strong, but whatever. Queen f6. Sorry. You're sort of looking at this knight and also eyeing this rook. And it's not so easy for adult improvers to see this sort of geometry on the chessboard. So for example, if you play something like knight f3, you're protecting the queen, getting your knight out of the harm's way. Here you go. g5, queen g3, and e4. Game over. You're looking at the knight and the rook. And White will have to resign. But his opponent doesn't find this and plays the miss queen g6. And
Yeah, so?
this is a very normal move though. Actually, queen h5 is actually a very tricky move. If you take, the rook's gone. If you don't do anything, there's gonna be a deadly check on f7. So queen g6, not really a very normal move, but not so accurate. But okay, g4, and this is like a big blunder from Iman. He should have just taken, and this is around equal. Maybe 94 is better. The thing is now it's not so bad because there's queens on the board, and maybe you can do something like this. Maybe you're gonna king this way and do something like this. You know, you can sort of breathe the position, and black does have a bad pawn here. This is more important. If his pawn was back here, then not so much. But here, it's about even, maybe slightly better for black. But here, Iman plays a very big blunder. He actually blunders a piece, and it's just a full piece down. No compensation at all. And this is quite a bad situation for Iman. And the rest of the game is not so important now. White is just down a piece. Let's see if Iman can maybe, do something to save the game. But actually here, again, it's already very difficult. You're down a piece. You're also down a lot of pawns. He plays bishop g4, but rook g6, and his opponent finds all this, which is very let's see his the play on his opponent's part. I mean, his opponent's playing very strongly. He sees the pieces Iman has blundered, and he takes it. He just develops. He knows he has to develop. He has to castle. His opponent's playing very very strongly, and here f5. And it's very, very tough for white. And yeah, his opponent is able to see this, which suggests that his opponent is pretty strong. Now you're just down 2 pieces and a bunch of pawns. And also, funny thing, Iman plays rook e1. His opponent actually didn't take on f4. His opponent actually played rook g6 in the game, which I don't really understand. But again, sure, you didn't defend this bishop. Iman decides to sacrifice his rook, a4, maybe do something on the queen side, but again, you're just down 10 something points of material. And okay, queen is just winning, but here Iman Gadzhi, after some thought, resigns the game.
Good game, bro. Good game. Oh, I was already freezing, bro. Wouldn't have liked to go to the ice bath.
And this is the first ever game able to be found online of Iman Gadzhi. So what do I think about this game? I think his opponent is actually quite decent. I'm not going to say it depends on, strong is a relative word. I think his opponent played very nicely. I think his opponent I would give 16 to 1800 chess.com rating. I would say maybe 1600 chess.com, and Eman I would say maybe 1000, 1200 chess.com, which is very decent. I mean he knows like he knows he has to develop the nice. He's clearly played some chess in his free time. He's mentioned he's played chess in his childhood. You know, of course I believe him. I mean he knows how to move the pieces. He knows how to castle. Like he knows the basic rules, and he has some tricky ideas in mind. I mean he sees these things, but unfortunately I think his calculation and it's just experience. You know, you have to see these things, but very interesting game. Let me know what you guys think. I'm actually a big fan of E-Man. I'm not wearing his glasses tonight, but I have his Gadzhi eyewear, the G1s, and I'm actually trying to be a chess player, and I'm trying to make it. So this video is this is quite interesting. No one's ever made a recap. This video's been out for 3 months, so I thought I would make a recap, and the internet can see like Iman Gadzhi's chess skill, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Eman for just bring chess into his content. I think chess is a great game, and he also promotes chess. He thinks it's a good thing, and I think it's great that more and more people are talking about chess, and here's Iman Gadzhi's chess level. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.